So I'm like, I want the music to be visual. I want it to paint a picture. So when you hear it, how I express it, how I deliver it, how it's written, you get the image.
I love that. You're like the Picasso, you're like the Leonardo, Da Vinci right now. You're like our great ancestors that, storytellers like yourselves and artists and entertainers were, picture painters. They painted a very vivid picture, even without the brush stroke of the painter's brush, but just the stroking your mind from the mouth into the mind. The mind is the most powerful weapon tool on the planet, where all of the real knowledge and the collective consciousness is at. And that's what you're doing for the people. And you just don't know. You're helping somebody. You probably will never meet them, make it through the day because you are here. That's how important that it is for you to continue to do your journey. And I'm honored to connect with you this afternoon, this evening. And I just want to play your song and let's go, y'all. This is Vin Keatin, Don't Hold Back. And y'all start holding back all your greatness. Can you hear it?
I'm trying to take it easy on you, baby. This could go all night. Loving you, so I say I'll stay all day. Show me daddy,
Sing it, boy.
and say don't hold back. She said don't hold back from me. You got what I need. Take me, please. Only you can set me free. Don't hold back from me. Don't hold back from me. Back and forth, we're going at it like it's anything. Promise I'm gonna get it what you've been asking for. Ooh, you like the way that I'm dancing. They love to your body romancing. I'm American girl, I'm romancing. Let you drive the boat, just don't crash in. And say, don't hold back. She said,
All right, y'all, we ain't gonna give it to y'all right now. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta go download, subscribe, buy that too. You know what I'm saying? I know we've been doing this since way back in the day. People been dubbing tapes. People been taking content and downloading it. You know what I'm saying? Let's do this the right way, people. Show Vin Keatin some love. Let's jump into your story, my homeboy. You know what I'm saying? I got you on the line. Tell the people where you from originally and what inspired you. You're still young, but as a younger man, what was your inspiration about life and music and arts and entertainment?
Originally born and raised in the Bronx, New York. Originally born and raised in Bronx, New York. My sister is my older sister is a huge R&B head. So she played the Joes, the Brian McKnights, the Babyface, R. Kelly's, New Edition. So I would go in there. Someone was just drawn to me. I would go in there like as a really little kid and like do homework, and she'd be like, what do you know about this music? And it just grabbed me. So, I've been singing. I was singing since I was 6, and then I did my high school talent show, and that's when I was like, yo, this is what I wanted to do for the rest of my life.
I'm with that. I'm with that. You know, what artists did you look at? Who are some people as well that you thought you could mirror yourself with? You know, some of the people that you listen to like every day, and you heard they sound, and it kind of helped you develop a little bit too. Artists and people?
When I started doing when I started taking vocal training, I was already listening to like D'Angelo, Maxwell, Tank. My coach was like, you got to listen to people before them. You got to listen to people that they listen to. So then I started, then I listened to Marvin Gaye, the Teddy Pendergrass, Isley Brothers, Prince, you know, Michael Jackson. So I started listening, and it made my sound diverse. So I started taking in all those things. Stevie Wonder. So they would like give me CDs to listen to, and that would be like homework, just to listen, and not so much imitate, but take what you like, and I would have to learn the songs. I'd have to learn the songs, and I would sing them. And then she would stop me like, "Oh, you're not there's only one version of them, right? So you could do the melody, but add you, because nobody's gonna pay for a number two, right? So yeah, so no, like it was she like, and I would perform in front of my voice coach. She would tell me, she'd stop the music, turn it back over, and I tell her to this day, like, you know, she was the hardest crowd I ever performed in front of, because I would sing a song 20 times. If I had to get stopped 20 times before I even get to a verse, into the whole verse, she would run it back like, no, I don't feel it. So that it inspired me to really, you know, connect, because she would always tell me that music, you're touching people without touching them, right? What are you you're telling a story with your voice, right? It's an intro, body, conclusion. Take them on a journey. That's what you're supposed to do. So I always have that in my head when I'm writing music, how I want to sing it, how I want to connect, because it's all emotions, right? So it's happy, sad, despair, could be despair, you know. So I want when you play that button, you know exactly, you brought into my world of exactly how I felt when I was writing this music, because it comes from my life. I'm just taking my life and putting it into music.
Your life is a movie, and it's a musical. Like that, man. Dope, man. You know what I'm saying? I see you. You definitely doing your thing, you know, with your I know when you came out with your sophomore project, it caught the attention of great R&B legends that you just named, your Maxwell and your Tanks. And I thought the same thing, you know, you have that vocal range of a Maxwell, and it's like a real cool vibe where you could just chill with your lady or your significant other. You could either ride, or you could be at a bar somewhere, a club, a lounge, or even at the house, you know, with the windows open, just cleaning up. You got that real good spiritual essence energy, and I love that. And right now, I want to play the song Trouble too, which garnered you 100K spins on SoundCloud. Hey, man, that's dope, man. How did you feel before I played it? I can't just play that when I ask you. How did you feel when you saw that 100K spinning around?
Because, all right, so that song took me like a year to write, right? Because like every time I was writing, I would get really emotional, because it's really like, it's like me bearing my soul. So it took me a long time to write it. I remember when I wrote it with the producer and my mentor, Gil Small, I took the line in there, like, lose my soul. I was going to change it. I was like, no. He's like, no, don't change it. He said, because that's how you feel, right? That's exactly how you feel. Don't make it false. This is what you feel. How you felt is how you wrote it. So leave it there. He's like, because what you're doing with the music, everybody has something that they're trying to deal with, right? So put it in the music, because you don't know who's going to hear this song and connect with it, right? Like, because, I feel like that too. So, you know, and it's always, I think with music, it's a scary thing, because we are taking how we feel, and then we're hoping to connect with other people. So when it was released, and, you know, it got garnered when Maxwell tweeted it out, right? I didn't believe it. I was like, no, this is not real. And people was like, no, it's the blue check. It's real. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna like message his account, because I need to know. And I was like, is this the real Maxwell. He's like live in the living flesh. And it's crazy because the song I sung at my high school talent show was his rendition of a woman's work, right? So it's like it comes full circle to like, you know, somebody I've been continue to idolize for their greatness and what they brought to the table in R&B and in music is to see that person like giving you, like saying, no, man, you're dope. You're really dope, man. And it gives you mental currency because as we know, when you're an indie artist, it's all you and your team, right? You don't have the huge thing, so it's not an easy road, right? And it makes it easier when you get that mental currency, when you have people around you that believe in you and support you and willing to push you to levels that you probably didn't know you could really go to, but they see it in you. So it was amazing for it to get that because it was all natural. You know what I'm saying? It was just organic. I didn't, you know, so it's a huge blessing, and it gave me like more fuel to go forward.
I love that, man. It's a beautiful narrative. We're gonna call you out in a minute once we come back from trouble. We want to hear a little bit of that Maxwell from them high school days. Then we'll get that voice ready. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna put you on the spot. All right, let's get into some trouble with Vin Keatin right now, man. I thank everybody for tuning in, tapping in, linking in with us. And when we come back, we're going to get his social media so y'all can learn how to follow and get the music from. All right, y'all, we're about to play Vin Keatin with Trouble. Let's go.
I can't hide it no more. I can't hide it no more. I want you. I'm in trouble. Hey. I want you. I can't hide it no more. Oh. Yes, I want it all. And if I fall, next night, like it will be worth it. Hey. Wrap my hands around your curves. I need to let you wrap me inside. Your game. Every time something keeps pulling me back, saying don't time. All that pleasure won't be equal to the pain. She's trouble, no good for me. If I hold it, I'll be history. Yeah, she's trouble, no good for me. Oh, for my body, but not my soul. Trouble, trouble, trouble. Hey. Getting harder to fly. Got me questioning myself. Doesn't matter wrong or right. Just when I like to slow and get lost inside, but something keeps pulling me back. Don't all that pleasure won't lead to the pain. No good for me. I'll be history. She's no good for me. Good for my body, but not my soul. Trouble, I me in your blood. What about just about? If you don't like it, the gift of my foundation, my blood, it makes the
Hey man, you can feel that. Oh my God, deep down in your soul, brother. I appreciate you. Oh my God, that was some good work right there. What's your social media? How do people get in contact with you, download some of this music and pay for it?
You can reach me at Vin Keatin, VinKeatin. To get the music, you can stream it through Apple Music, iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Tidal, wherever music is found. Really, you can find it digitally.
Absolutely, I appreciate that. If you don't mind, my good brother, I got a few ladies, they tapping in, they saying, can they hear some of the wonderful voice that you have? You know, whatever you choose, you know, can get a little something, you know. Take your time, no rush.
Oh, 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 oh. Hey, babe, beautiful. Oh, let me in your world. I'll take you to a place where you've never been and only dreamed of. And I saw with these chocolate kisses.
I appreciate that. Man, hey, y'all, you can't get no better than that. That brother got a golden voice. Y'all make sure you got to tap in, y'all link in with him. We're going to jump back and more into his story. And we're going to go into some of his older music in just a moment. So thank you all for listening and being a part of My Celebrity Life with Vin Keatin. So my good brother, you're growing up, you're listening to your great people like Maxwell, all the brothers with the dope soprano voices. When was the very first time you performed? Do you remember? Can you take us back to that time?
Very first time I performed, it wasn't good. It wasn't good. No, it wasn't. Like I performed at the Sugar Bar, and I had, which is hallowed, famous in New York, run by Valerie Simpson from Ashford and Simpson. So I had heard about this, and I was like, my manager at the time was a friend of my childhood friend. He's like, we need to go here, right? This is where as a singer you go. And I just started taking lessons. And it's different once you start taking lessons. So I got up there, I sounded like a fish out of water. And he was video, it sounded horrible. So horrible. It was like, and I made eyes as like somebody in the front. And they was like, really? You coming to do that? It was bad. So like, it motivated me because like my voice coach made me watch the whole performance. Like we watched it together. She was like, that's how you gonna sound when you don't do what I tell you to do. You could go your way, you're gonna sound like this. And that's really gonna get you not where you wanna go. You know, so because she's like, if that was Apollo, they would have brought the Sandman up there and they would have took you off the stage. And I was, I was hurt. I was more disappointed in myself. So the first month that it wasn't good. So I was like the whole time for like when I started really, I was like, I'm gonna listen. It was with that. I'm like, I'm gonna erase that performance. So if somebody was in that crowd that night, when they see me again, they're gonna be like, that's not the same guy I saw who I wanted to throw my drink at the Sugar Bar.
You know what? That's taken with that. That's funny, but I'm sorry.
Oh, and I never forget it. I never forget it because I just remember everybody looking at me like, really? Like I felt like it was gonna throw tomatoes at me. It was bad. It was really bad, you know. Now I can laugh about it. At that time, I couldn't laugh. I held my head down the whole time, walking off the stage, and my boy was like, "Yeah, man, that wasn't good." But I got it on tape. I was like, "Why? That's not positive. It wasn't good." He's like, "But you need to see it." So, you know. It wasn't good, but it's a learning experience. I think we all got to take lessons and learn from them.
That's right. That's right. Speaking of learning from the lessons, you gave me some things that I thought about. You said you was kind of like a fish out of water, so I would kind of think of you may have been drowning at that time. And speaking of, you definitely got a show called Drowning. So for the people that's drowning right now, let us give you a little flavor, a little water, a little substance for your body. This is Vin Keatin with Drowning. Let's go. We'll be right back.
There's more to taking care of your healthy body.
Got these ads. I do apologize. Y'all give me 1 second. We'll be up out of there in just 1 minute. So while you can, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure you subscribe to them. It's VIN. Put the space in there, KEATIN on all social media platforms, things of that nature. Tune in and tap in with the young man and see what he got going on and support him, show some love. Because everybody needs love. All the celebrity artists, all the independent artists, don't matter. We're all one and the same. We're all in the same boat. So with that being said, let's talk about some drowning right now.
I'm losing weight. I can't stay afloat for too long. I'm panicking, heart racing. Baby, why did you go? Cause I'm running out of time, so throw out the line. Why would you leave me so cold? Cause I'm drowning, I need your love. Cause I'm drowning, I need your love. So can you save me, can you save me, can you save me? So can you save me, can you save me, can you save me? Cause I'm drowning, I need your love. Come and save me, baby, come and save me. Come and save me, baby, come and save me. Come and save me, baby, come and save me. I'm dipping below, my body's so cold. I'm starting to suffocate, can't go on this way. Cause I'm running out of time, so throw out the night. Why would you leave me so cold? Cause I'm drowning, I need your love. Cause I'm drowning, I need your love. So can you save me, can you save me, can you save me? So can you save me, can you save me, can you save me? Cause I'm drowning, I need your love. I'm running out of time. So throw out the line. I'm running out of time. So throw out the line. Cause I'm drowning. Girl, I'm drowning. I need your love. Cause I'm drowning, I need your love. Cause I'm drowning, I need your love. So can you save me? 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 'Cause I'm drowning. I need your love.
Hey man, that's right. That was Vin Keatin with Drowning. I love them lyrics, man. I'm drowning because I need your love. Right now, a lot of people drowning in depression, drowning in sadness, going through this pandemic or this plandemic, whatever you want to call it. I need for y'all to tap in and listen to Vin Keatin and definitely download that Drowning. All right, more back to your story. The very first time you performed wasn't up to par as you thought it should be, but that's okay. Like you say, we take L's for lesson, not losses. And as we grow, we learn, we develop, and we become better people and better artists at our crafts. So I definitely am kicking with that. I'm feeling that vibe. So when you got a little bit older, you got a little bit more confident, and you got, you took a couple L's under the belt. When was the very first time that you performed that you was proud at your job and your response to the people?
Probably the very first time was I did a full figure fashion week. And I didn't even know what that was, but management at the time, like, oh, and I was like, oh, that's dope. So, he's like, look, they need performers. Like Eric Roberson was the closer. And I was like, I love Eric Roberson as an artist and artistry. So I was like, all right, I'm opening up. I want to make sure they remember who I was. So I came out and like, I felt, usually I think I have a nervous excitement when I perform, but I didn't feel none of that. I was like, this is my stage. So I started like singing in the back, and like as I came out, I just felt it, and like it was so great that they offered me to come back, and do the runway. But I was in a play. Great play, and I met great relationships to this day. So I couldn't do that. The other gig, but it was like I was so. Because I like videotape, because now when I perform, I watch it back because I want to, because certain things you in the moment you may not catch. And I always do like a pros and cons. So I was like, okay, that needs to be worked on. So like I was like, all right, man, like I'm here. I felt like that was, my stage. So that was probably the first performance I felt like I all put it all together.
I love exactly what you said. You aligned your mind with your divine destiny, and you said to yourself, this is my stage. This is my moment. And I'm going to say to you, I think that's when you start to enter the realm of perfection. It is not when everything goes right. It is when you can feel the very essence of knowing. And knowing is so much deeper than believing. So right now, since you had a perfect moment, let's go ahead and play Perfect right now on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Vin Keatin with Perfect. And that's a perfect story. I want y'all to know.
You thought the chicken sandwich war was over? It's coming back in a big
It's all
way.
good. Y'all out there, just because your first go round didn't go well, I don't want you to ever feel like you need to quit or you suck or something like that. You just got to get back into your essence of who you are. And you will have a perfect performance. So that's what it's about. It's about developing. It's about growing. It's about knowing and becoming better than what you were a day before. A lot of times in life, we let things beat us down and destroy us. And we allow the words of others, not saying we shouldn't listen to people, but we just allow the words of others to take us under. And then that usually is the pitfall and the downfall for everybody. Just believe in yourself. And whatever your perfect moment is, like Vin Keatin said, own that. Know that. This is your stage. Life is a stage and the world is a stage. So therefore you got to perform. But let's go. Let's listen to Perfect.
Got me stuck in beauty, beauty, beauty. 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 Got me stuck in beauty, beauty. Got me stuck in beauty, beauty, beauty. Got me stuck. They just knew it means no flower can compare to you when God made you. definition of perfect. The picture of what a woman should be. Yes, you are in the dictionary, baby. You're so many words describe you. So many words describe you. You're perfect. You're perfect. The night of love. On you there, I see my dream from there to reality. And you're the sweetest song combined with the right beat. And you live in my heart. You make me feel all of these things. You're the definition of perfect. The picture of what a woman should be. Yes, you are in the dictionary, baby. So many ways so many words describe you. Because you got the time. I guess that you're mine. Make you mine. Love you for outside. And you're my angel. So good. And time is so short. And I'm gonna use my time guide. You're the definition of love, so many words describe you. So many words describe you.
Hey man, that was a beautiful song right there. Perfect definition that describes you. Man, hey man, you absolutely dope, man. We're having a good time right now vibing with Mr. Sir Vin Keatin doing this thing. My good brother. Few more questions before I let you go. You know what I'm saying? Everything that we do, Vin, should we be doing it with love, brother? What's your thoughts on that?
Say it again?
Everything that we do, shouldn't we do it with love? Shouldn't we be doing it from the heart? And all of our very actions, our very thoughts.
So God is love, right? So I think if we had more love, we would have less issues than what we have in the world, right? And I think as a black man, right? So as a black man, I'm black first. So I feel like I can't ever treat anybody wrong because I know what it feels like to be mistreated. So I would never, like, I'm always going to give people love because I know what it feels like not to give love. So I think if we all had that kind of mentality, we'd be better off.
Right. Absolutely. I love that. Speaking of that, let's play your song. Do it with love, man. Like you just said, God is love. You know, the black man, black woman are the original two on the planet, you know, and that ain't racism, that's realism. You know, we can check through mitochondrial DNA and we can see that we was here first. So we're getting back to the very essence of loving one another again with Mr. Vin Keatin. Do it with love. Let's go.
Me talk to you. I can see the tear stains on your face. has been replaced. No more love, just disappointment and pain. Oh, you've been knocked down to the ground, and your trust is in the lost and found. Just want God to send that one, make you believe in love again. Come here, come here. The past is in the past. Hold my hand. You gotta forget to move on. Bring it all to me. I promise I'll treat you like a queen. Look in my eyes, feel it, I read. And I know what you feel with that love, 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 love. I know what to do with that love, 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 love. I know what to do with that love. Oh, oh, oh. Erase your fears, only good tears. I'm here, and I know what to do with that love. You done go, ain't nobody getting what you got. You believe every man got an agenda and somebody to answer, but somebody looking for love. Who can you trust? And this cold, cold world is beating you down. I just want to turn you round around. Come here, come here. The past is in the past. Hold my hand. You gotta forgive to move on. Bring it all to me. I promise I treat you like a queen. Look in my eyes, see that I'm real. I'm real. I know what you feel with that erase your fears, only good tears. I'm here, and I know what to do. I know you've been hurt so many times, so many times. I'm even not to, so many times. I ain't gonna feel you, I ain't gonna feel you. A bunch of lies in my eyes, deep in my eyes. I feel you're my soul, that's my home, and I know. I know what to do with that love and love. Erase your fears, only good tears. I'm here. And I know what to do with that love.
Hey, y'all, man, this has just been a wonderful vibe, kicking it, brother. You got a lot of good things going on about yourself. Is there anything that you want to talk to the people about that I may didn't cover during this interview? This is your time to shine and, leave your words and your footprints in the sand.
Oh, I just want to tell y'all that, my message is just to share love, make love cool again. I think love is important. I think, if we have more of it, man, we'd just be better off. So I want to be the soundtrack for everybody. I want to be the voice to the guy or woman who can't express it like me. They can play my record and they can express what they feel, you know. So I think that's the best thing about music, because you know we are really taking life experience and putting it into a song, right? Putting the melody and putting it into a song. So we've all been through things, whether it's not in a relationship, whether it's out of a relationship, but we need things to sometimes get the message that maybe we can't elaborate ourselves.
I like everything that you just said. I feel the very essence of it all, to make a complete circle, to loop back around, to circle back where we first began. I hear you saying, don't hold back. So for those of you who are out there that are holding back on your love, that are holding back because of fear, that are holding back because of past trauma and pain, like you said in your other song, let it go. You're scared that you're going to cry again. You know, I know life is hard, no matter where you come from, whether you be from the BX, the Bronx, or you grew up in a country town somewhere out in the middle of nowhere. All of us go through similar things in life where we find and we discover heartbreak, and it feels like that you'll never get back on your feet again. You'll never return back to the very essence that you were. But if you stop holding yourself back, healing is right around the corner. So let's get it again one more time by Vin Keatin. Don't hold back. You gotta pay attention to the lyrics.
Patient, waiting, kisses like you need mine, like you need mine. I'm trying to take it easy on you, baby. This could go on oh, I'll see your day. Show me, baby, and say, don't me. She said, don't go from me. You got what I need. Take me, please. Only you can set me free. Don't hold back from me. Don't hold back from me. Back and forth, moving and sanity. Promise I'm gonna give you what I give you. You like the way that I'm dancing. They love to your body romancing. I'm having a girl, I'm dancing. That you drive the boat just so crashing. And say, don't hold. She said, don't go from me. You got what I need. You got what I need.
All right, y'all. Like I said, we're only gonna give you so much of that. You're gonna have to download that to support that young man, support that brother. All right, before we go, I got two more things left. I thank you for rocking with me almost an hour. Wow. We've been listening to some dope music, man. You dope, bro. Let me tell you something. Let me give you flowers while you hit your diamonds, your old school, whatever you're looking for. Man, whatever you do, keep doing your thing. I know you was telling your story. It hasn't been always perfect, but yet and still, man, you do everything with love. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna use your own lyrics back to you. Don't you hold back. You got so much more to go, so much more to do, so much shining, so much helping, so much love that you about to put back on the planet. And please, whatever you do, don't stop. I don't care what pain you went through or you're going through or you will go through. The world needs you, and you've been given a golden voice by God, the divine, and the creator, and the earth needs that love. So you keep doing your thing, brother. All right, two more things. One thing is I want to play the game of sevens with you. That's my own game that I tailor-made for all my wonderful guests like yourself that come on to the show. Reason why I chose the number 7, it's a very holy number. It's a very spiritual number throughout like all the religion and the spirituality, and also for the streets. The 7s is for the streets because brothers be shooting dice, you know what I'm saying? They're trying to get that 7-11. You know, your grandma or maybe your auntie or whomever, they doing the scratch-offs. They're doing the the cash 3, the cash 4. They're trying to get 777s, quad 7s. Even in the Bible, it says that God rested on the Sabbath on the 7th. Also, we find in the alphabet, the 7th letter of the alphabet is G. G could be for God, it could be for goddess, it could be for grand architect, whatever you circumscribe to. And as well, the number 7 represents all right angles, and everything is built upon a right angle. People say, how is that built upon a right angle? Well, when you take the 7 and you begin to twist it, you can turn it from left to right, and therefore you can get a pyramid, which is the strongest structure on the planet. That's why our ancestors always built in that diamond shape. Even when you look at the baseball field, it's a representation of 7s as they're twisted and coiled to make that divine structure. Vin Keatin, we're going on the Don't Hold Back World Tour. We're stamping you with the number 7. You get in the micro version to the macro version of what we call God, because we do search in the Bible, and it does say, when Jesus is saying, is it not written in ye law, for ye are gods, all children of the Most High? Since you were being in that divine connection of the child of God and representing God while you're on the planet, we're going on a Don't Hold Back World Tour. You are tasked to find 7 people in history. Now, keep in mind, when I say 7 people, a person could be also considered a group. So if you say, I want KC from JoJo, you get all of Jodeci, for an example. Or I want, RZA from Wu-Tang, you get all of them. So which 7 people that's living, and if they have passed away, you have the powers of the 7 to bring them back to life, which you bring with you on this world tour. So just pick 7 people that first comes to mind, whether they're in a group or not, because you get the whole group too. They're also included. And they could be living and you can resurrect them. So what do you think? Who would be your 7? We're going on this Don't Hold Back World Tour.
Marvin Gaye, Isley Brothers, Stevie Wonder, Prince, Michael Jackson,
Bam,
Maxwell,
bam.
Maybe one more. Tank. So Tank.
Okay. Absolutely, man. That's a good squad. That's a good lineup. You got a lot of dope people on that to entertain different generations and different genres. So that's a good squad. It's a good lineup. You know what I'm saying? Before I go, has everybody ever said either Mario look like you or you look like Mario? Because y'all kind of resemble.
I've gotten that.
Okay.
And I always say, as long as it's in the compliment, that I'm okay with it. I've gotten it a lot. I've been stopped. So I'm like, it's okay. So yes.
Don't worry. Me and D-Ray got the same eyes. People be like, oh, you D-Ray. Oh, you Montel Jordan. Oh, you J Prince Jr. I done heard. I'm like, hey, I like everybody likes skin, huh? I'm just GeHolla. All right, before I let you go, I know I asked you before. I want to make sure that I covered everything for you today and that you feel like this was a good interview. You think I covered everything well for you today? Or is there anything else you would like to talk about?
I think you covered everything well, and I love the segues to the songs. I'm like, man, I probably need to take that. I need to take that myself. It was amazing. I was like, oh man, because I was like, where is this going? I'm like, oh, that's see that you've done your homework. You know what I'm saying? That's all that means. Because I'm like, oh, I've never heard it used like that. I'm like, man, that's why you do what you do. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate that, bro. And since I do what I do, hey, my name is GeHolla, and the show is called My Celebrity Life. And we can get that bomb drop from you, you know what I'm saying? That just completed all for me for the day.
Okay,
could you let the people?
Yeah, let's do the drop. So how do I do the drop again?
Okay. The name of the show is called My Celebrity Life, and I'm GeHolla. So you could either say I'm with GeHolla on My Celebrity Life, or I'm on My Celebrity Life with GeHolla. It don't, whichever way you want to put it together. I'm with that.
So my name is Vin Keatin, and I'm with Ge Holla on My Celebrity Life.
Hey man, there it is, brother. Please keep shining your light. I'm glad that you.
Thank you, man. That thing you gave, I'm like, that's an affirmation, man. That's an affirmation, because I think we all know when we're doing these things, the road is not easy, but nothing you worth having comes easy. So
that's right. That's right. Thank you for that. Yeah, you know, and thank you for riding with the journey, because I know it's kind of like a movie you never seen before. I'm gonna take you on some twists and some turns, but it'll end up in the right place, you know.
No,
so
I would say that God is the best screenwriter ever, because you don't never know what's happening next. There's no thing that you can say, I know, no, you never know what's happening next. So I was like, he's the greatest screenwriter, because life is such. That's why they would say, yo, this can be a movie, because that's what life is. So you're absolutely right.
Right. Just hang in there, you know, keep eating your popcorn, keep your mind open, and like you're saying, keep your heart open, and don't hold back. That's the beautiful message. When I saw that, I was like, that means so much to so many people. Think of how we marginalize and minimize ourselves, even as Black. It doesn't matter if you're darker than me, I'm lighter than you. We still in the same struggle. I don't care about no in no house, out no house. We still are prisoners. We're prisoners of the system.
It don't matter. The vantage point doesn't matter. You still, and that's, I think, for me, like, that's always preach love. Like, no matter what, I don't care whatever walk of life. Like, I know what it feels like to be not loved. So I'm always gonna give love. I'm always gonna give the flowers. I'm always gonna give the due. I'm always gonna give the love, because you don't want to live with regrets, right? So in this day and age, like, we know, here today, you could be gone tomorrow. So I feel like to make love cool again. Like, the music that I grew up, like, put on to is all about making love cool. And at some point we moved away from that. So I want to make love cool. And that's, and that's the goal, to keep making great music, but also to glorify love.
That's right. That's right. I'm with you. And when you said earlier too, spoke about God being love, generator, operator, destroyer. The greatest entity in the universe that we know of is that higher power source that we are. If you go and take a cup, you take a chalice, you take a boot, you take a hat, you take whatever, and you scoop into the river. And when you pull it out, whatever is holding inside of that substance, that's what you are too. It doesn't make a difference because it's frozen like ice, or if it's in the mist like rain, or if it's droplets coming from the sky too as well. It's still water, no matter what scientific name you want to call it. And we are still the essence of God on the planet representing, and you're right, and we should be showing more love to each other and one another. I agree.
I loved it, and I would love to do it again. So I had an amazing time, man. I didn't even, when you said it, like, oh, it's an hour. I was like, oh, I didn't realize it's been an hour, but like, I loved it. And it's also too, the thing when you make music, you don't listen to it too. Like, as you playing it, I'm like, wow, that's me. Like, so it's a great thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna give you your flowers, man. Like, I love this, man. Like I said, I can't wait to do it again. So I love this. I love everything, how you tie everything together. I know what work it takes to do that, to make it all come together. You know what I'm saying? So, I love it, man. I had an amazing time.
Thank you. I appreciate you. I really do. I ain't gonna hold you. I know you got things to do. Thank you for being on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, this has Vin Keatin. Give us your social media one more time before we go. I want to make sure.
Social media is at Vin Keatin, VinKeatin. That's on any social media platform. The music, the single "Don't Hold Back" can be found on Spotify, Tidal, anywhere, Apple Music, iTunes, anywhere music can be digitally streamed. YouTube Music, Facebook Music, everywhere.
Cool. I appreciate you, bro. Please keep shining, keep standing upon your square, and keep doing your thing, man. We salute you, King. We double tap from the heart. And we'll definitely holler at you. We'll have you back on too later on when you got some more things going on, we can cover for you.
Thank you so much, V.I.P.
Thank you. I appreciate you. All right, y'all. Holla, holla.